Like the video, we're live.
Like the video, we're live. What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy Tommy G here with the, I don't know what fucking day it is, Friday edition of Stay Cashin show. We just had the NBA Finals end last night. We have a lot going on this weekend. We got a big UFC card, I think a 14-fight card starting at 4 p.m. On Saturday. We have baseball going on right now. We're killing the live bets right now and the regular bets on this Phillies game. Things are going good, Bill Rupp. I've been up since 8 a.m., recorded a No Mercy Plus. Me and you just banged out about 2 hours of fucking No Mercy. Now we're called a halftime, do an hour here. We're heading right back over there.
I mean, listen, don't you feel like a human waking up at 8 a.m.?
I mean, I feel like a machine, Bill.
Yeah, like me.
I even got the Manscaped read in without Evan asking for it today. Like, just fucking did it. Fucking
me
killed
and
it.
Evan were talking the other day, bro. Like, you get so much accomplished if you wake up early. You feel good. You know, it's like you feel good.
Right. Yes, I do agree with that. Though I will say, though, my favorite part of any single day, this goes pretty hot on the Braves fucking broadcast. My favorite part of any day is actually 3 a.m. and beyond, when I get to fucking just numb out and fucking watch Ozark.
That's when you're supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, no, I work backwards.
Nah, it's not good. Not a good look.
But I will tell you this, even though it's not for this show. You guys, if you need a Father's Day gift, for sure, right now, we just did it on the fucking show. Me and Bill have the packages. Evan has the packages. This Manscaped shit is fire, bro. If you don't have a package for your fucking father right now for Father's Day or any day, go over. Just use promo code No Mercy, no spaces. Go to manscaped.com. You get 20% off and free shipping. Get there now. You can get fucking ball trimmers, ball deodorant, fucking T-shirts, boxers, deodorant, fucking, I forgot it again, Bill.
Shampoo
and conditioner. Go in there. It's a dope package. Comes in a dope box. Says your balls will thank you. Get over there right now. Use promo code No Mercy. I want to see the screenshots if you did it. Maybe we'll do a little raffle.
Tell your wife or whatever, your girlfriends, you know.
I'm going to get it for you.
Yeah, tell her to get it for you. Like, you know, they always give you like a stupid tie.
Yeah.
Or something else. Tell her, hey, look, this is, if you're going to get me something, this is what I want. And it's cheap.
Yeah.
Like $50, $60, something like that. It's nothing.
Yeah. It's high energy, Tommy. You better fucking believe it, bro. I've been going nonstop. I'm going to crash at 4 p.m. But yeah, the funny thing is, Bill, fucking Scotty just said in the chat, my dad's dead. Bill's dad's dead. My dad left, and Bobby's dad's dead on the podcast. Literally all our dads are gone or dead. So we're still pushing it and using it. So, Evan, do you have a father?
I do have a father. He's a great guy.
Loser.
Love you, Paul.
Fucking loser.
What a loser.
What a fucking loser. Who has a father?
What a dad.
I'm going to show him this.
Nerd.
Who has a dad that's still alive?
Yeah, a fucking alive dad. What a pussy. Anyway, Bill, what did you think of the fucking finals last night? Steph Curry finally gets his elusive finals MVP. It's so weird to switch from 3 hours of conspiracy over sports. Finally gets his finals MVP. Deserved it. Didn't get handed it. I think he deserved the finals MVP. Golden State wins. I really thought they would be banking on a Sunday night fucking thing. So listen, from the conspiracy angle, little ding there from the conspiracy side. We still know gambling is fucking shady in the NBA and shit. But you can also make the argument, Bill, they wanted Golden State to win and needed them to win so bad. They weren't even taking any chances of pushing this to Game 7.
I mean, I told you before the game started, Celtics weren't going to win. I just thought it was just weird how the game was going on and how it started too, right? Celtics were up by like 15 or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then, you know, it just, you could tell, like, you know, granted the fouls weren't being called. Let's not just, I don't know. It's just the Warriors just switched something on and the Celtics just stopped caring. I mean, it wasn't like they just kept missing shot after shot. And do they have that superstar?
Tatum is not that dude, bro. I mean, he's
number one. And
they were saying he was
not number one. So they don't have that number one. Listen, I took them to win the finals. I hedged. I got my money. I would have been nice to cash the 3,500 and a 20-something hundred. But they were, if you look at the team, they just weren't great. You know, they weren't the Warriors. And,
I mean, the bottom line is, Bill,
I argued in the beginning with you at the beginning of the season that the Warriors were great. You know, you weren't on board in the beginning. You said, "Oh, they're an 8 seed. They're a play-in game."
Right, without Klay Thompson, right?
And jumped on board. But granted, the bottom line comes down to it: the Celtics weren't that team that they want up there. They don't have
here's
that
the thing,
Steph Curry.
They were the lack of fouls being called in that game, beneficial to Golden State mostly, was insane. Like, we were watching it like, that's a foul, that's a foul, that's a foul, that's a foul. And the funny thing is, the biggest percentage bet again on that game was the over again. And when you don't call fouls, you don't get free throws. When you don't get free throws, you don't get the clock stopped and free points. They were pushing that game under hard. And Bill, before the game, remember the 2 players who I told you, if I'm a conspiracy bettor today, there's 2 bets that I'm making today outside of the under. There's 2 bets that I'm making for players to go under their point total. Do you remember who it was?
Thompson and Wiggins. Was it
Both
Wiggins?
of them went under. Yeah, I said Thompson, Wiggins 18.5, Thompson 21.5. Both of them went under their totals, shockingly, after having monstrous games the game before. Just another example of whatever happened yesterday in sports. If it's a big playoff game, the faction's going to come in and do something to fucking take your money.
I'll give you a perfect example on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Williams blocks.
Mm-hmm.
We bet it a lot of the time over 1.5. It was around minus 140, minus 150, right? Last game, they moved it up to 2.5. So I told everybody I was staying away because I hate betting something at 1.5 and they move it and then you jump on and it loses. He got 0, Tommy, that game. 0. They brought it back down to 1.5 yesterday, but at minus 200. Unbettable unless you put it in a parlay, and he ended up getting 6 or 5 or 6. So they don't want you to win, bro.
No.
They don't want you to win. They put the bet at an unbettable number, minus 200, and then he gets 5. So they don't want you to win.
Did I not tell you the other guy, Marcus Smart? Remember Marcus Smart? Now White didn't really do much, which I was surprised with.
He faded after.
Yeah, White just stopped playing in after game 3.
Basketball.
But Marcus Smart went ham the last 2 games, and all of a sudden 9 points yesterday.
But then we saw White stop shooting threes.
Just stopped.
He would just he'd get the ball and then pass it.
And he'd pass it. Yeah, something happened.
The guy was hitting 5 games, 6 a game that first with Hartford. That's why they killed him.
He played 16 minutes yesterday again. Like they just
stopped shooting. I don't know what it was. What happened? He stopped shooting.
I mean, Tatum did his normal fucking throw the game Tatum. I mean, it looked exactly the same. Turned it over every big possession, had like 6 turnovers yesterday. Ended the game with 13 points, Bill. Only attempted 4 threes and made 1, when I think Jason Tatum 3+ threes was definitely in the FanDuel boost. I saw that. Remember the Tatum 3+ threes? We said one of these is definitely going to go down. Tatum was in the FanDuel booth, and all of a sudden yesterday, biggest game of his life, just fucking just not going to hit anything. Just nails his first one of the game and then doesn't hit another one the rest of the way. Shady, dude. We got to look into Tatum. We got to watch him next year because he just blatantly fixes games. We got to see. We got to see what's going on with that dude. But
yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the East going forward. I don't know because unless it's the Nets who have that superstar team.
Nets need to add a piece or do something.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen yet. We don't know if
the Nets might disband.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. There's no I don't know. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be interesting. I think the team to beat. Who do you think team to beat next year is? If you had to put your money on it right now.
I mean, you got to go with the Warriors, right? Why not?
I don't know if I can go right back there. I think this is a little bit of a destiny run here. You had a little bit of a.
Yeah, but this might be their last year coming up.
Yeah, I think this was.
Tommy, you got to remember, everyone's coming in healthy now. No injuries.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think this was their Maya Copa.
Wiggins stepped up to be that starting all-star, So,
but, dude, you got to look at it. They played Denver, who sucks, in the first round. They played Memphis without...
Who is good in the West.
I know. I'm just telling you. Memphis without Ja Morant. Then they played Dallas, who's not a good team. And then they literally almost were going to lose the series to Boston. Boston lost that series.
So you told me that they played shitty teams, right? But they beat the MVP of basketball.
Right, they beat them.
They beat the second best team in the West.
Right, but you'll admit Denver sucks, right?
Okay, but they have the MVP.
Okay, Denver has one player. Memphis, we always said, was a year or two
Not one
away.
player, the best player in the world.
Right, who's a center who can't control the ball. The ball has to find him.
He does bring it up a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, Denver's trash. Denver gets
did you hear about the trade that the Mavs made?
What was it?
The Mavs got
I did hear about this. I forgot.
Yeah, Mavs what was that guy's name that we both Christian Wood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's a fucking piece of garbage, but yeah, he's a great player.
Bro, big move for them.
Yeah, if they can get his head right. Yeah. If they can get him to not be a quitter, millennial quitter.
Big move right there. If they can, if Luka could somehow bring him in, that's a big move right there.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's going to depend on the offseason. If Memphis goes and adds even like a Bradley Beal type or something, I think they're ready to rock. They were a year away, and they lost John Morant in the middle of the series. Dallas goes and adds Wood. That's a big deal. Like they're maybe a player and a half away, from being able to do something. They probably need another good defender, on that team somewhere. They need a lockdown.
Luka just was dead tired at the end.
Yeah, Luka's just carrying too much of a load all year. They also need to manage his load a little bit more throughout the year. And obviously you're going to have the Bucks with Middleton back. You'll see what the Nets will do. So it's wide open next year, but my money would be on Memphis, assuming they're going to go out because they got a ton of money. Most of these guys are young. They don't have big contracts on Memphis. They should be able to go land something pretty big and a big difference maker down low to make this happen. So we will see. Let's see. What do we got in headlines here, E?
We don't really have a hell of a lot, but since the Warriors won last night and since Steph got his 4th ring, there is a big debate going on Twitter if Steph belongs in the, conversation as like a GOAT.
No.
He's one of the best players the NBA has ever seen.
No.
I mean, he totally revolutionized the 3-point shot.
In a bad way.
Well, I mean, whether it was bad or good, he changed the NBA.
Right. I mean, so did Pete Rose,
Single-handed. Well, how did
so did Sammy Sosa and fucking Mark McGwire.
How did Pete Rose change, basically?
I mean, it changed all the rules about fucking they're cracking down on everyone, making sure no one's gambling and this, that, and the other thing. I mean, dude,
that was going to happen. That was going to happen anyway.
I mean, Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire changed the league to be a home run league, and now it's shit because everyone's trying to hit a home run.
Well, 100%. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they belong in the Hall of Fame area. They totally helped baseball. They changed it. They brought it back. It was dead. Yeah, he changed baseball or basketball 100%. It changed the way that everybody plays.
I don't know. I don't think he did as much. I think that team did. The fact that they had him and Clay and then Durant at one point changed the NBA because Ray Allen was doing what Steph Curry was doing before that.
He changed it way before Durant even got there.
Ray Allen was doing the same shit Steph Curry,
but not as sexy and not as
right. No, he just didn't have a Klay Thompson doing it with him. So you didn't have a whole team of people raining threes all over the place. That was the only difference. So I think Steph gets a little too much credit for changing the NBA because really his dad, Del Curry, was one of the best 3-point shooters ever. There's always been 3-point snipers. Ray Allen, best example, who could put up 20 a game and snipe.
But I mean, Steph Curry already passed Ray Allen, and he still has
because the difference is with Klay Thompson. If you take Klay Thompson off there is no Splash Brothers, and Steph isn't able to do what he's doing. The fact that they had weapons, and then with Durant, they had fucking weapons all over the yard.
Let's take Pippen off the Bulls. Is Jordan the best player in the world?
Yeah. Is he gonna have his rings? No, but he's still the best player in the world. Yeah, he's not gonna have his rings though. He'll have 3 instead of 6.
Being the best player to ever play the game, you have to have championships. You can't.
Right? No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying that the Golden State Warriors style of offense is what changed the NBA, not just Steph Curry. Steph Curry was the most intricate part of it, but that's like saying Bill Laimbeer changed the NBA. No, he didn't. The Bad Boy Pistons did. He was just the centerpiece of people beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, but he wasn't ever the best player in the world.
I'm not talking about best player. I'm talking about changing the game. You don't have to be the best player to change the game. Like Ichiro can change the game, and he's not the best player. Like
Steph was the best player.
Never the best player in the NBA. Never.
Never.
At any point.
Never an MVP.
Never. I mean, in my opinion, he was never the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
There was no point where he was ever better than LeBron.
Right, and that's actually what this leads into. A lot of people were talking about comparing LeBron and Steph to each other, but the difference between them is actually a lot. The difference between LeBron and Steph is 2 times Finals MVP, or 3 times Finals MVP, 2 times MVP, 10 times All-Star, 10 times All-NBA, and 6 times All-Defense.
Okay, and what was Steph's?
That's the difference between the two.
Yeah. Say that again?
Okay, so the difference is 2 times MVP, or league MVP, 3 times Finals MVP, 10 times All-Star, 10 times All-NBA, 6 times All-Defense.
Right. I mean, it's not close. Like, LeBron has been light years better than Steph Curry throughout his whole career. I mean, listen, Steph Curry has 4 rings. He's only won the Finals MVP once. You know, this is the first time he's ever won that. He wasn't even the best player on the team to win the Finals. When they always give it to that guy. It was Durant, then it was Iguodala. Like, it was never Steph. So, yeah, he's fantastic. He's a great player. He's a fantastic player. You can't put him in that, like, because keep in mind, dude, Bill, Andrew Wiggins was a fucking starter on the All-Star team this year. So you're talking, and Jordan Poole was fucking awesome most of the year, right? I mean, he was looking at 6th man of the year if he would have come off the bench. Definitely was right in there if he didn't win most improved player. So you literally are looking at Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Wiggins, all-star starter, Jordan Poole, and Steph Curry. I mean, look what they're playing. They're playing Memphis with Ja. They're playing Dallas with Dirk. They're playing Denver with Jokic. And we just said this Boston team was good, but they probably would have lost to the Bucks if Middleton was healthy. Like, they have 5 studs on that team still, so it's still a super team. We saw last year what happens to the Golden State Warriors when Klay Thompson's out for the year, Draymond's banged up, and Steph has to carry the team. They don't even make the playoffs. So, like, LeBron would have made the playoffs, right? This LeBron, forget it. But LeBron,
he didn't make the playoffs.
Not this LeBron. Dude, this is Illuminati, cabal, social justice LeBron. I'm talking about LeBron at Steph's age is making the playoffs and probably making the finals. But, you know, Steph didn't even make the playoffs when he lost just a couple of his guys. So I'm not buying it. No, he's great. I mean, keep in mind, the first 3 games of this series, all we're talking about is Steph had fucking 2 points a game.
And LeBron's only 3 years older than Steph. So
right.
They pretty much have played the whole time together.
I mean, the time in their career obviously is a little bit different. You know, LeBron's been in the NBA for a longer portion of his career. But listen, LeBron just went to shit when he went to LA. That's done. That's done. Like, when LeBron went to LA, he stopped caring. They won their fucking bullshit championship that they didn't deserve. And now he doesn't even fucking care. He doesn't even care about basketball anymore. He wants to buy teams and fucking preach social justice issues. But anyway, anything else here on the headlines?
Not really headlines, but they chanted "fuck you, Draymond" in the Warriors locker room after they won, mocking the Celtics.
Yeah, that's good. I love when they do that. A good question. Scotty said Curry versus Kobe's a better debate. I don't even think that's close. I think Kobe destroys Steph Curry. Like, destroys him. Anyone who watched Kobe's whole career destroys Steph Curry. You gotta remember, the big thing about Steph Curry, he can't guard anyone. Like, coming into the series, what did I tell you, Bill? We're going to target the Boston point guards because the Golden State Warriors give up the 2nd most points and the 3rd most threes to point guards in the NBA. So, yeah, he's dropping 30 and giving up fucking 25. That's another factor. He can't shut anyone down. He's a traffic cone on the other side. There's 2 sides to the ball. So, no. Steph Curry's top 50 all time. Yeah, I'll give him that. Top 50. Not top 15. No, Larry Bird will fucking wipe his ass with Steph Curry.
Tommy, I got a conspiracy theory here.
What's that?
So Clint Boyer, Clint Boyer was on the NASCAR show. He does the show while the NASCAR is going on.
Yeah.
Clint, he's on there.
Yeah.
He killed a woman the other day driving.
Wow.
He hit her on the off-ramp and killed her. And they took his blood, they took his whatever. He wasn't on any drugs, no alcohol. But the woman that he hit, a 45-year-old woman, they said they found a crystalline substance next to her when she was dead. And people in that area said she was a drug user. Are they just trying to save Clint?
Yeah, probably.
Because he's a good old boy and he's on Fox and everything. And they just dropped this little baggie next to her. Or was she really a drug addict who just ran out in the middle of the road?
Well, yeah, why would any normal person be on an off-ramp?
And fucking, with crystal meth. It seems a little, seems a little shady to me.
There's got to be like You got to feel so bad if you killed someone like that, though.
Yeah.
That seems like method activity.
I'm wondering if he's going to be on the NASCAR show this week. I'm wondering. Wonder if they're still going to have him on.
We'll see, but I like where your head's at, Bill Rupp, thinking that might be a conspiracy. I agree with you there. Let's get to some wagering here, boys and girls. So let's see. We have MLB. Let's start there. So we have no more basketball. Is Ghost coming on for hockey?
No, he gave me one bet though.
Okay, so he's got to play. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's start with the MLB. So right now, what we have going on, we have the Phillies Nationals 4-1. Phillies have the lead. We have a big bet on the Phillies team total. We had the Phillies over in the first inning. Maybe they can get us a run here for the fourth. We have the Phillies to win the game in a couple things. So we're all in Phillies on this side. That's looking good. And Atlanta just started here, top of the first, 2 out. Matt Olson's up, man, on first. Nothing going on in that one, Bill. So what do you have early on going on here?
I got the Phillies team total
Okay.
right now over 5.5. So I need 2 more runs. That was the only thing I had for that game. There's some interesting games later today. Phillies play again at 7. So
You're gonna just keep targeting it, I think.
Maybe target their team total again.
Yeah.
Which I would like to see their lineup.
Can't do it. Yeah, you're just gonna say you can't do it until the lineup comes out.
Yeah, but you can get 4.5 right now at -175 or 5.5 -115. The 4.5 -175 I like a lot. That might be something I'm going to go look at, but I got to see their lineup because of the doubleheader.
Yeah, and because it's the part of the reason why I'm targeting the team totals personally is because that stadium right now in Washington, they're going through a heat wave. Cows are probably dying everywhere, Bill. They have 98 degrees and 12-mile-per-hour wind blowing out in Washington. So this is a very, very hitter-friendly environment. And if you're playing a game in 98-degree heat in the afternoon, pretty sure a couple of those guys aren't going to be back to play again tonight. They're going to give them the day off, especially with a win. So got to see the lineups on that one before we do an official bet. Definitely keep an eye out on it. We give you the weather watch since this is an important factor this time of year. 91 degrees with a crosswind in Baltimore. We have 88 degrees with an 11-mile-per-hour wind blowing out in Cincinnati. And Bill, with your research the other day, I'm fairly certain you said Cincinnati was giving up the most home runs in baseball currently, right?
Since 2020, that park has given up, not their team, that park has hit the most home runs have been hit in that park by far, by like 20-something out of any other park since 2020.
Now we're going to get 90 degrees. We're going to get 11-mile-per-hour wind blowing out, and we have Hunter Green on the mound. So Hunter Green, obviously we know the kid has potential to be a star. He throws gas, he throws hard, but he gives up a lot of home runs. Hasn't really given any up in his last few games, whereas he gave up 10 in 5 starts in May. Hasn't given up a home run yet in June. Looks like he's put it together. So don't know how aggressively I'm going to go after it, but I'll be honest.
I won't be targeting the Brewers, their team total. They did put up a lot against the Mets the other day, but
they are the team that tattooed Green, Bill. Keep in mind, he faced them back-to-back starts. We bet the overs on these. He went 5 1/3, gave up a home run, 4 walks, 2 earned runs. The other game went 2 2/3. That was the game we went nuts, where he gave up 5 home runs and 8 earned runs in that game. So they have tattooed him.
It's going to be interesting to see. I probably will stay away from that, or maybe do it live once I see if they're hitting him.
Mm-hmm.
If they get a hit or two in the first inning, then when
jump on it.
Big bats come up, then we'll see.
Pittsburgh, 80 degrees, 11-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. Blue Jays obviously in a dome over there. 83 with 16-mile-per-hour wind blowing out in Boston. 10 total on that game. Walker and Wainwright.
Yeah, that
probably going to be
interesting. I like
That's another tough one for me, though, Bill, because the Red Sox actually have the best starters ERA in baseball in June. And Wainwright's a guy I don't like to target. So it is kind of tough there. I mean, we'll probably pull on that, but I don't know how hard. New York Mets, Marlins, 85 degrees, 13-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. Detroit Tigers, Rangers, 80 degrees, 16-mile-per-hour wind blowing out. Coors Field, Bill Rupp. Unfortunately, Freeland's on the mound, but Mackenzie Gore is on the mound for San Diego. This could get gory. 90 degrees, 14-mile-per-hour wind blowing out in Coors Field with a 13 total. Wish it was Dinger Tuesday today. We have a lot of options. A's moderate weather. Dodgers moderate weather, and then everything else is a dome. So the theme for today is balls should be a flying. Bill Rupp.
I like it. That Rockies game, both totals are very high. I'm going to wait to see what goes on there. The Yankees, we said this stretch was a big run for them. They just swept Tampa at home. So now they go to Toronto, who can score a lot, but then they just got completely shut down by Baltimore, the last game.
It's unbelievable.
So, I don't know what Toronto's doing. They have a lot of right-handed hitters who rely on the home run, right? Like with
they just fucking score a shit ton and then they don't score at all.
Exactly.
I told you that the other day. Remember, I think we were talking about it on fucking Wednesday or whatever, the Wednesday show. Like, I'm scared to death. I'd rather take game overs with that team than team overs because when they don't score, they give up like fucking 9.
Yeah, but the Yankees going against Tampa and winning, especially the comeback bottom of the 10th or 9th, whatever it was. Great start to this hard schedule for them. And let's see what happens against these couple games against Toronto and then Tampa again and then Houston. It's going to be interesting.
So let me put a couple plays out here, Bill. Let's see what we're on here. So I'm on the Yankees. I think this is just, it's glorious that they're going to fucking actually give us this. I'm actually shocked. But have you seen a line on the Yankee game? They're minus 102. They're an underdog against Toronto with Montgomery on the hill. This Yankee team is on fucking white hot fire.
Where's the 102 at?
FanDuel, minus 116 for Toronto, minus 102 for the Yankees on FanDuel.
See, and MGM has it the opposite. MGM has minus 105, the Blue Jays, minus 115, the Yankees.
Yeah, it should be Yankees minus 140. I don't know. This Blue Jays team is not that good right now.
Who's pitching for New York today? I didn't see
Montgomery. It really doesn't matter with the Yankees. Like they threw the bullpen yesterday and fucking, dropped the one spot on Tampa. And everyone's just pitching well. So I'm all over the Yankees minus 102. That's ridiculous to me. You going to be betting that? What are you thinking?
I do like the Yankees. They don't really have a lot of at bats against Stripling. LeMahieu 8 for 24, Rizzo 3 for 14, Stanton 2 for 9, Glaber 3 for 9, Judge 3 for 8. So a few hits there, not really a big sample size. But anytime you can get the best team in baseball as a dog, I think that's a wrong line. I would hit that right now.
It's crazy.
MGM already has them as a favorite.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
I'm on that also right now as a dog. I will bet that without seeing the lineup or anything. I like that right now. So you can put both of our names next to that one.
All right, let me do this. I'm going to tell you right now to hit the Braves minus 160 live in this game. So that's another bet you could take right there. So put Tommy G and Bill Rupp for the Yankee one.
Yep.
I do like the Giants with Rodon going into Pittsburgh versus Thompson. I think this is a spot that, Rodon probably won't see the tremendous strikeout upside, but I think he's going to, have a good efficient start here for the Giants, who look like they've been getting their bullpen back together. They got Brandon Belt back now, which is important because as we were talking, Bill, teams like the Giants and the Mets, like they need pretty much every bat in that lineup. Like you can't lose a Marte and an Alonso. The Giants can't lose a fucking Brandon Belt and, Longoria. So Longoria's back, Belt's back. This lineup looks good again. Gonzalez, Yastrzemski, Belt, Jock, Longoria, Crawford, Estrada, Estella. It's a good lineup. They're back. So I'll be riding the Giants again. I'm going to pair the Giants minus 205. I'm going to pair the Giants with trying to find something else big here to pair it with, Bill. I think I may end up wandering over to the hockey game.
I was looking at the Guardians today. Plus 220. I understand Kershaw's on the mound. Kershaw's been great, but the run scored for them just isn't high enough for me. Like they just don't, unless Kershaw goes 7 or 8, which is possible, and pitches great. I like the Cleveland lineup, and at plus 220, I'm going to have to wait and see what exact lineup they put out. But if the usual guys are playing, I'm going to put a couple dollars on plus 220. I think that's ridiculous.
Listen, Cleveland I don't bet Cleveland, right? Like I haven't for years. But when I do, it's when they're a dog, because they're one of those teams that I just can't get right, but I know they have upside. And fucking the Dodgers are a team that, I mean, how many times are you going to lose betting the Dodgers minus 300, guys? I mean, like, they never fucking win when they're minus 300. So, yeah, dude, getting 250 on Cleveland, like, yeah dude, I like that.
I understand it's Kershaw, and he's been great. But
who cares?
Exactly. You're going to give me 220 to 250 on Cleveland. I'm all in. I'm betting them. Fuck it. I'm going to take a flyer. That's one of the best 220s I've seen all season.
Dude, getting Cleveland. Listen, we were saying it earlier, Bill. No team should be minus 3 and change in this fucking major leagues. I mean, it's just no one's that good.
Well, let's look at Toronto.
Yeah.
Yesterday, minus 3 on their game. They lost. They get killed.
They lost by 8. Yeah.
Nobody in the NFL, no one in the NBA, I said, and nobody in MLB should
got
300.
There you go, Bill.
This year, no one.
No one. So I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to parlay the Giants. You go to MGM and do this, the alt over on the Colorado game. I was saying it before the series started here on Stay Cashin. I said I expect a lot of goals in this series. We got 7 in the first game. There was a bit of a drought there. Colorado didn't score. We'll talk hockey in a minute. But we're going to talk about it in a minute. But I'm going to alt Colorado down to 4.5 and then parlay it with the Giants on MGM that pays minus 112. So I'm getting the Giants basically straight with over 4.5 on that Colorado game. And I think I think every game this year is going to breeze over 4.5. Any other plays that you're looking at here, Bill, on this slate? There's a lot of good ones. There's going to be a lot of live total betting for us tonight. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, definitely a lot of live total betting. I'm going to wait and see. Lineups are key for me right now. But I do like I can't really do anything with the Mets at minus 200 right now. I'm not, I can't really bet that unless I put it in a parlay. But as of right now, I'm just I like the Yankees and I like Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing some running the first parlays, maybe Boston running the first, Colorado running the first. A couple of these big weather games with not that great of pitchers. Yeah, for me, it's the Yankees. I'm going to parlay the Giants. I do like Giolito plus 140. I think they're live. The White Sox just really haven't been a team I trust. They've been pretty bad. But Giolito as a dog, plus 140, hasn't been great his last couple starts, but there's always upside. If that was 170, I would probably hit it. Just a little bit low. That's pretty much it for me. Pretty much it in the MLB. Anything else for you, Bill?
Nope, not as of now. No. Join 40 Bets to find out what else we are going to.
We'll have 100 plays tonight on these for sure. That's not even a question. But let's move over now. Let's pivot over to the NHL. What do we have from Ghost here? Let me see if I could see it. I gave you the Braves live, right? Yeah, so jump on that. Ghosty Buns likes the Lightning team total over 2.5.
Correct.
All right. So we got the Lightning team total. Let me see. Over 2.5. That's minus 140 on MGM. I don't know if there's a better line anywhere. I think that's great every fucking series, every game. I mean, over 2.5 should be good for the Lightning in this. Bill, what do you think?
I love it. I think Colorado wins again. But I think I like that 2.5. They got enough scorers on that team to put it over. You got screwed last time with the 1.5 because of that 3-3 going into the third.
Hate it.
Anything is 2-2. Any tie score going into the third period
happens.
Is death. Both teams are playing back. Both teams don't want a mistake. That's the worst possible thing that could have happened. 3-2 would have been a totally different game. Mm-hmm. Colorado's trying to score to put it out of reach, and Lightning are trying to score to tie it up. So You totally got screwed on that. Let's hope it doesn't happen again tonight. I would like a 3-2 going into the third, or 4-3, something like that.
What Bill is talking about is my over 1.5 goals per period. We nailed the first period, nailed the second period, got 6 goals in 2 periods. All we needed was 2 goals in the third. I think it was minus 250 to get 2 goals in the third too. I told Bill going into the third period, the thing me and him always talk about on the phone, whenever a hockey game is tied going into the third period, I shit my pants because there's just nothing and no one scored the whole period. And all you're thinking, the reason the 1.5 for the third period is so easy, because once one team scores, either team scores, you're guaranteed 2 minutes of empty net at the end of the game. So even if only 1 goal happens, you got 2 minutes to get an empty net opportunity at the end of the game, and it just fucking couldn't net anything. So, Bill, I do have a couple max bets out on this series futures, which I gave out on this show. Over 14.5 goals for Tampa for the series. So we got 3 of those already. And then I got Stamkos and Kucherov. Neither of them scored. So I'm going to need some activity from those guys. What's your take on that? You seem as confident as ever after last game, when I think you should have a little concern.
Nah, up 3-1. They let a couple goals go by. I told you that third period would have been, if it wasn't tied, if they didn't come back and score 2, if it was 3-2, it would have been a totally different game. Colorado could have scored 5 or 6 easily against them. So that third period totally changed everything up. I told you Colorado was going to win. Tommy said, I went overtime. And I also told Tommy on the phone this game is going to be over in the first couple minutes of overtime, which it was. I like Colorado a lot. I think they're a way better team. Their offense is great. I'm thinking 5-1 or 4-1, maybe.
No. There's going to be some goals on both sides. Tampa's going to score for sure.
Of course they are, but they're not going to win.
Winning or losing, I'm not really concerned about today. I'm not going to be betting the side.
Listen, now you're scared when you were with.
Well, I really didn't. I didn't really
you
want
and
to bet.
Everybody else were on the Lightning.
No.
Colorado's been off for 9 days.
I got my one. Listen, I thought they'd be rusty. Time out. I thought they'd be rusty. That's why I targeted them game 1.
Every other schmo on every other station in America.
They actually were the opposite. They came out, got a couple bad goals on Vasilevsky. He was horrible. Vasilevsky was rusty after just playing nonstop. I don't know what the fuck happened to him in the first fucking 8 minutes of that game. And then he shut him down for the rest of the game.
I told you what happened. Colorado came out hitting. You even said
it. They did. They came out hitting.
They're firing. They are all over the place.
They did not come out rusty. They came out fired the fuck up and took it to Tampa in the first period. Heavy. But guess what?
They won every game won in the playoffs.
Yeah. So that days off actually helped them with their energy. They were definitely faster. But you also saw game 2, period 2 and period 3. They didn't score a single fucking goal once Vasilevsky locked down. You got to be a little nervous about that, Bill Rupp. Vass locked down, let up a cheapie in overtime, let up some cheapies at the beginning. But
that's what he does.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
But who won the game?
No, they won. They won the battle. They haven't won the war. I still got my plus 1.5 games. That's my big one. They won the battle. They did not win the war. So, Evan, what do you think? Who wins tonight?
Tomorrow. They're playing tomorrow, but
tomorrow. Sorry.
Probably, I think the Lightning are going to steal a few, but my guess is going to be the Avs in 6. That's my guess.
Yeah, I don't really. I think it's going deep, and I think Tampa wins it. But Vasilevsky playing as bad as he did, that's the worst game I've seen him play in 3 rounds. And they still took him to overtime with him playing as bad as they did. And Braden Point looked lost. He's going to need a game or 2 to get right. But I don't know, Bill. I don't know how you're excited after that first game. I'd be nervous if I were you.
Nope, no nerves.
Vasilevsky could have been nervous. That could have been why he let up a few. But
I mean, he does struggle in the first game of these series, it seems like. It seems like he struggles at the beginning and then
I think the Lightning were just totally caught off guard by they thought, like everyone else, the 9 days off, they were going to come out a little sluggish. They came out fucking skating. They're the fastest team in hockey. They came out skating fast and hitting hard and totally fucking disrupted any plan the Lightning had.
And then the Lightning adjusted. That's the fear.
They did.
It's almost like when you see a guy who throws 104 miles an hour, like you're just like, you know it's coming, but until you see it, it's like, whoa. And I think that's what the Avalanche are like. It's a lot. It comes at you. McKinnon's fucking zipping all over the place. They got a lot of fucking weapons all over the ice. And then all of a sudden you fucking settle in a little bit and go, all right, here's what we got to do. So I think it was a great sign for Tampa to go to OT in game 1. I thought it was great. And I would bet Tampa tomorrow. But I haven't made a decision yet. I'm going to have to speak a little further with the Nightghost and see where I lean. But right now, I would not bet the Avalanche. I would only bet Tampa, but I think I'm just going to play the over.
I mean,
fuck Bill Rupp.
Ultimately, I just don't want to see Patty Maroon win a 4th cup in a row.
Right. I mean, that's pretty impressive 4 in a row.
I mean, who wants to see the Lightning win again? No one.
Not me.
Come on.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't, though.
I don't want to see the Avalanche win.
Yeah, you do.
Nah.
It's good when new teams
win. Nah. I like dynasties.
Who's this popping in? Oh,
hello. Oh, hey.
Nowhere. Wow.
Who's that? How you doing?
It is I, Michael Vincent.
Michael Vincent. By the way, let me throw this out for you guys real quick. Let me give you 2 college baseball plays that I'm on.
Oh, not again.
Actually, no. Let me hold off on that, Mike. I'm gonna let you go because I got to check one other thing.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well, we have a fun UFC card tomorrow. It's free on ESPN, which is always good. We have 14 fights. Everybody but one made weight today, but I don't think the weight miss is going to affect the fight. The fight's going to go on, and that was Tony Kelly. We split our picks here last week. Madalena looked great, nailed it. First fight, pay-per-view card, great angle and a hit. And our Na Liang, we had by submission. She got starched. But I said if she loses, it's going to be fast. We lose a mid-unit. We wound up splitting there. This week, I'm going to give a double play. I don't generally bet early. Tommy and Bill could attest to that. But I did put this play in because I do like both fighters and just don't want to – I wanted to wait for weigh-ins today. Everybody looked good. It's a very chalky card. There's like a lot of minus 200 favorites, like 220, 260, and they're all pretty much, should win. So not much value on the dogs for me this week. So I just took 2 fighters that I really like, put them in a parlay, and I took back plus 101, which I just did before the show on Barstool Sports. Other places have it maybe minus 101 or minus 102, but best line, Barstool plus 101. First fight of the night, our boy Dawkins. Love Kyle Dawkins. Great jiu-jitsu, very good wrestling. He's going to have the speed advantage in this fight against Roman Dolidze, who is very powerful, in his movements, punching and jiu-jitsu. He goes for very aggressive movements, but he's very low volume on the feet. So Dawkins is going to have the striking edge, the speed edge, and definitely the jiu-jitsu edge. And I just think he's going to dominate him. Pretty much got him covered, better everywhere. I like him to win the fight, probably in a dominant 30-27 fashion. Or if Dolidze gasses, which he has in the past, I think Dawkins has submission upside. So I'm on Dawkins as the first leg of our parlay. First fight of the night, and then we're going to go to the main event. So we're having a big bet sandwich with a double unit play. Calvin Kattar, absolutely love him here. Josh Emmett, good fighter, powerful, 37, second fight off reconstructive knee surgery. Calvin Kattar, if you remember, not only has he not been finished, but he got the shit beat out of him by Max Holloway. That was the fight where Holloway landed or threw 450 strikes. Kattar kept up with him with 164 and almost beat him to death. And that's the one that Dana White fired the ref to never ref again, and they put him right in the ambulance to go to the hospital, and then Kattar comes back and he beats Giga Chikadze, who is very good. We all respect, great striker, and that was Kattar's comeback fight, and he beat him. And I just like him here. I think he's got the height, the reach, he's got a great jab, good striking, just got to watch out for the power, but I think he gets it done. Put them together, double play.
Turn in 2, Mikey, turn in 2.
Dawkins, Kattar, double bet sandwich.
I mean, you're looking tan, Mike.
I sat out in the yard yesterday and I burned.
Yeah? You look like you got a nice little crisp. You got a nice little crisp to you.
I was out doing the lawn the other day. The top of my head got so burned. Oh,
look at you. You look like you haven't seen the sun in a while.
Oh, the top of my bald little head got so burned the other day.
I would pay to have a sunburn contest with you and Ghost. We're going to put you both out in the sun with no block. And we're just going to see who could last longer, like a survivor.
No way, dude.
They'll die like the cows in Kansas.
Who would last, Tommy? Who would you bet on? Who would quit first? They have to both sit
I would
shirtless
bet
in a backyard with the sun blazing on them.
Oh,
Who gets
bro,
out of the chair first?
definitely me. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to fucking sit in the tanning booth for days.
I don't know, yeah, but
That's
Ghost's number one fighting quality
As your
that he always talks
gardener.
about is his feistiness. So I could see Ghost fighting it.
I heard a rumor, Tommy. I heard a rumor coming out of Bloomfield that Bill spent about 8 hours in his garden the other day, outdoors in the field.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know.
I mean, listen, if you didn't know Bloomfield, you would think literally that there's he lives on 40 acres of cows and pigs and fucking like Dr. Doolittle over there with the fucking amount of animals that Bill sees. So I will give you this, guys. Take this right now. The College World Series games are being played in Omaha, Nebraska. It's 90 degrees in Omaha. The balls are fucking flying. These kids are sweating already. And we're in the bottom of the second inning, and it's 8-0 already. So I think we're going to be targeting overs here in this College World Series early on for these games. So I'm going to hit this over 16. That ball is kind of dying out there on the left. So I'm probably going to hit this over 15, 16 once it gets to 15 and a half. So beware. Mike, what else we got on this card? What else we looking at, even if it's not an official bet? Fights you're looking forward to? What do we got to expect here?
There's a lot of fights on this card that I'm looking forward to. I mean, it's that Cowboy Cerrone, Joe Lozon disaster fight that was canceled. That's back on here. That's going to be fun. The fight before that, we have Kevin Holland against the Dirty Bird, Tim Means. That's going to be fun. Former training powers, striker versus grappler, Joaquin Buckley against his former training partner, Doriev, who's a good wrestler. Tough fights, man. Another great fight, Gregory Rodriguez against the Cuban Missile Crisis, Julian Marquez.
What a name.
Yeah, I mean, just really, really good fights. Jeremiah Wells out of the undefeated Daniel Gracie team, 15-0 in the UFC with Sean Brady, Pat Sabatini. Wells fighting Court McGee, who previously fought Sean Brady, his teammate. Another good fight. We have a girl fight with you'll love this, Tommy. A girl fighter out of Brazil, Maria Oliveira, snuck into a party. There's one of the biggest recording stars in Brazil. This I can't even think of her name, but she followed her whole life, and this woman happened to have a birthday party at the MGM in Vegas, and this girl's out here, a UFC fighter. Her and her friend decided to crash the party. The story is actually on ESPN.com. So they got all dressed up, they snuck into line, got in, and she was there with all superstars, danced the night away with this like world superstar. Then they found her in the pictures and said, who the hell is this girl? And they put it online, and everybody started tagging her. And she was so blown away that they did that, had fun, and she's a UFC fighter. She invited her on tour with her around the world. They hang out and everything now. She got hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers because this girl's such a star. And now she's fighting. So a lot of shit surrounding that fight, but that was a cool story.
Wow.
Yeah, the other girl's got like 65 million followers. I mean, she's huge in Brazil.
So what is the you said this is on ESPN, right?
ESPN, yeah, it's great.
So that's going to be
even
big.
The second fight of the night. We're coming out of the gate with our bet, and then we have Phil Hawes against Deron Wynn. Wynn is like the little Cormier protege, and Hawes is a really good former Penn State wrestler. Power, good fights, man.
I mean, this is a fun card for me because when we do the UFC show on Saturday, sign up for 4deepbets.com, and go over there, sign up. We do a Saturday show. Me and Mike, basically Mike and me, just toasting and telling dick jokes. Talking about the upcoming fights. And Mike, I think I know every fucking at least one fighter in every matchup on the main card. So
I would say pretty on the main card for sure. Yeah.
Kevin Holland, me, Cerrone, Loizon. I know all these guys.
Good name value. That's why they put it on ESPN, right? So the casual fan knows a bunch of these people. You get a fun fight with Cowboy and Lozon. Now I can't even tell you who's going to win that fight. You know, I mean, it's tough. I mean,
I could tell you. Lozon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cowboys washed.
Yeah, I mean, I can't make an argument either way, to be honest with you. I
think he's washed, unfortunately.
I agree with you that he's washed, but Lozon hasn't fought since 2019.
Lozon's,
lost 5 out of 6, and he's washed.
He's not exactly in like,
he's not spry and young.
Yeah. But all right, Mikey, final, do you have a call for the Emmett Qatar fight?
You know, it's going to be one of those fights where I think that just Qatar just beats him until the ref stops. Because like I said, Emmett's tough. He's a tough little fucker. And he's got power, but I just don't think he's going to be the first one to stop Qatar. And Qatar's just going to increase the volume, I think, as the fight goes on. And he's going to look like, you know, the fucking bloody face. And either the ref stops it, doctor comes in, or, you know, he's tough to put away himself. But, you know, my money's on Qatar.
All right, Mikey. We will catch you later after the show. And make sure to go put some nice, what did they put? The cactus shit on there. The aloe. Yeah, make sure to get some aloe on there and get a nice little treatment from the missus. Make sure we keep
Stay Cashin.
All right. Later, Mikey. Bill Rupp, 4 p.m. UFC card. Are you excited about that? Do you like the early cards or the late cards?
I like the later ones.
Yeah. I always like the early ones because I feel like it gives us something to do earlier until it gets to the main card and it's almost over. And then I'm like, come on, dude. You know, we need something fucking run until 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's what sucks. So let me luckily we do have the hockey final tomorrow from 8 to 11. So that'll keep us over Saturday night. I'm sure we got a fucking truck series or some shit. What do we got tomorrow?
Truck.
All right, we got truck tomorrow. And then MLB, we do have at least 3 9:00 or later games. So we should be good. What else you want to get to here, Bill, before we get out of here and go finish No Mercy? Anything else?
No, that's it. We've said it all.
All right. Anything else going on for you, Evan?
No, all good.
All right. Guys, make sure to get over to 4deepbets.com, number 4deepbets.com, VIP 20.
People in the chat want to know how your challenge is going.
First 2 days we smashed it. Yesterday we fell back. I haven't done it. I've been recording shows all day. We're actually now's the time to get in if you're going to do it. We're actually right about even. We killed the first 2 days. Yesterday we had the fucking NBA. NBA's done. I just got to stop touching NBA. The best thing for me.
I mean, you don't have any choice now.
It's the best thing ever. Best thing ever for me that NBA's done. No temptation to fucking bet on that shit anymore. We will hit that. We will double that bankroll. So if you guys get in now, VIP 20% off, 30 days. In 30 days, I will double that 1,000, and you will make a shit ton of money. And if not, I'll be raffling off my own $1,000 to you. So you have, I wouldn't say no risk because you got to win the raffle, but literally about 1 out of 20 people actually register for the raffle because everyone's retarded. Probably talking about 100 people you'd be competing against for $1,000, and we'll give out like 10, 15 prizes. So get in there, check it out. Let's go. We're about to fucking skull fuck everything. Baseball's getting hot. Everything's warming up. Bill Rupp's on fire. Aber's hot. Nightghost is fucking Stanley Cup mode. We are ready to rock. 4deepbets.com. 20% off with VIP 20. 30-day pass. Go do it. Get in. Stop being a pussy. Come join. Let's fuck. And we got another single here in the game. For Evan Hand, Mike Constantino, Bill Rupp, and everyone else who wasn't able to join us today, I am Tommy G. Go to manscaped.com fucking now. Go to manscaped.com. Promo code No Mercy. Buy us something. Buy me, Bill, and Evan fucking something. We don't got any fucking fathers. We don't got any fucking kids. Maybe we want a fucking gift. Fucking sitting here. Yeah, fucking all of us. What? Oh, Bill. Yeah, Evan's got a father. Fuck him. Just take care of me and Bill. Manscaped.com. Go buy a fucking package. Use promo code No Mercy. Hook us up. Make us look good. For everyone else, good luck. Stay cashin', motherfuckers.
Let's go!